So I can give you access to this course, but this is Karen Dannemiller's 3320 EHS. It's an environmental health course. It's called Introduction to Risk Assessment, or yeah, I think that's what it's called, Intro to Risk Assessment. Um, Fundamentals of Environmental Health Risk Assessment. Okay, so some of the things that we have done, so this is undergrads, and we use the feature called module conditions in Canvas. And how module conditions in Canvas work is you set conditions for either accessing an entire module, that's actually called a requirement. So there's requirements and conditions. So the requirement, for example, in order to access Module 1, the requirement is that you have to complete Module 2. And then there are conditions within that module that designate it as completed. So let's see if that makes sense. So in Module 1, sorry, this is not a really good example. Let's go to like Module 4. Okay, so in Module 4, each item, if you see there's a little word next to it. So this says view, they have to score something, right? So these are all conditions within the module. You can select conditions for individual items within the module. So maybe you don't want to set a condition for reading the overview, but you want to set a condition for viewing a document or a video or a material or something like that, or a condition for submission of an assignment. Let's see, so this one they have to submit. And some of them, like this one, doesn't have a requirement on it. So you can set requirements for individual assignments. If you click on the edit button, you can also set how those requirements are met. So for example, in these modules, they have to be done in order. So they can't get to the final homework until they've gone through all of these little short self-checks and they've scored at least 90%. Now, each of these self-checks, they have unlimited times. They can watch it. They can take the test, the little self-check, as many times as they want. It doesn't matter. But so you have a lot of flexibility in how you set conditions and requirements. The other thing that's interesting, so this is Module 4, they can't even get to Module 4 until they've actually completed all the requirements in Module 3. So this works really well for undergrads. Some of them are slightly annoyed by it, but honestly, it's a great way to track, and it's a great way for them to know that they are progressing through the module. The other thing we do with videos is we put the videos in a quiz, and she's created some self-checks. Now, you can do this a couple of different ways. If the self-checks, the completing of the self-checks associated with the videos are worth points, and you have to get 90%. Well, let's just talk about that. Okay, so this is how this looks. So students click on the self-check, they read the introductions. The video is actually sort of in the rich text editor. It's in the instruction part of it, and then the questions are right below. But remember, they have unlimited number of attempts, and they have to get 90%. So they take it, they submit it. If they mess up, they can go back and take it again. But the video, the resource to be successful, is right there. It's right in the same space, right? So they're not like toggling back and forth between the module to watch the video. So if you like the look of this, I could just give you a template and we could just copy this over. Some other things that you can do, I don't know where your videos are, but if you use MediaSite, which is OSU's sort of version of YouTube, I guess, it's our media hosting platform, you can actually put self-check questions within the video. So let's see if I did one here. Sometimes I have some samples. Sure, let's look at this one. So let's say this was your video that you created. What you could do is you could go to edit quizzes, and you could add quizzes or self-check questions within the video. So when a student watched it, there would be little dots to indicate when there was self-check questions. These don't sync with Canvas, but you can add questions that are conditional for progression through the video. So if you just want to I don't know. If you just want to put them in there for like student review and just so they're in there, you can do it that way. You can also, if you have YouTube videos, let's say maybe there's something from like CDC or NIH or something that wasn't instructor created, but that you want to use, you can use a third-party tool to add questions like this. There's a free tool called Play Pose It where you download a video from YouTube. So this is a video from YouTube, and in about, I don't know, 2 or 3 seconds, you will see a question that's asked to the student.
Water facilities here in Westerville goes back over a century ago. In 1901, we first started uptown area with a small 4-inch well that served the community back then.
Right, so then it stops and then it asks the students questions. And this is just a video that I downloaded from YouTube, actually the same course, because the instructor liked that there was already a tour about water treatment. So again, it can't sync with Canvas. This is just really for like student knowledge, but you could have some self-checks and then like a final quiz or something like that. I don't know. There's lots of ways to do self-checks, but this way in 3320, this works really nicely. So putting the videos within a quiz and then putting the quiz within a module that has a condition works really, really well. So maybe we could copy that feature into any courses that you want to use it in.